right, everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. It's an early Wednesday morning. Got my cup of Black Rifle, drinking it out of my tactical Bigfoot riding a reindeer cup. I'm waiting for my tactical Bigfoot riding the shark with lasers cup to come from Black Rifle. Black Rifle should just be one of my sponsors. I don't have any sponsors. I don't want any sponsors. I don't need sponsors. I do this for free. I do this for fun. And then all the money I do make just goes to Philadelphia Children's Hospital, so maybe I do need a sponsor. I don't know. But I want to talk about a couple things, and that's why I got up early today, because a couple things were bugging me. Press conference yesterday. Gettleman and Mara. I don't know which one to start with first. I think I'm probably going to start with Gettleman. You know, because it's those questions that you get from the reporters, and I know people that don't have an understanding of how reporters work and how the media works, because you can read Twitter and see a lot of people don't get it. They say, why do they ask him these questions? You know he's not going to answer them. They ask him these questions because they're taught to ask him these questions, the press, because there are times where people have candid moments because they're tired of answering the same questions over and over again, and the truth accidentally slips out. Did that happen here? Yes and no. I'm going to say more no than yes, but that's why the press needs to ask these questions. The first thing I wanted to talk about, again, he talks about Daniel Jones. He's got all the physical skills. He's got all the mental skills. I see a lot of good things out there. His decision-making is quicker out there. He's getting rid of the ball quicker. He's throwing the ball well. He's making progress. Really, because I haven't seen him play yet. Has anyone else seen him play yet? I mean, because he didn't look good in the scrimmage. And I'm going to repeat this because I've repeated this a million times. There's a difference between practice reps and game reps. There's a difference between practice reps and scrimmage reps. I like the people that are out there saying, well, he's going to be scrimmaging against the Browns and the Patriots. That's going to make it better. No. You're still seeing the vanilla defense. You're not really seeing any audibles or adjustments from the defense. It's basically a highlighted practice. You need physical game reps. You need to be out, and again, in preseason, you're not going to see all the nuances you are going to see week one, but you need the ability to get out there in front of a full speed rush. If anyone has gone to practices and scrimmages like I have, you can see the difference between them and game day. So he needs to get out and get some plays under his belt. Plain and simple. Gettleman was asked if the trade down from the Bears, which left the Giants with 2 first-round picks, was a hedge in the event the Giants need to go quarterback hunting. He goes, not even a thought. The trade was made because opportunity was there, and it was an opportunity to create a lot of value. We believe in Daniel. Excited to see what's going on. He's comfortable. He's more prepared. I didn't understand that statement. He's more prepared. For the last 2 years, he wasn't prepared. It'll be fun to see what happens, and we'll finally get the full complement of players out there. I wish I had a BS button. You made that trade 100% to hedge, your bet against Daniel Jones. You'll never admit it, but that's what you made the trade for, 100%. Because if Daniel Jones implodes, you don't have the cap space next year to go out and get a quarterback. You're going to have to find one via the draft. And I said it before, if Daniel Jones plays 15 games, let's say, throws for 3,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, fumbles 12 times, and the Giants go 6-11. Daniel Jones is gone. You 100% hedged your bet on Daniel Jones with that. Just saying that. I like to also question about the retirements of Looney and Fulton. Stuff happens. Obviously, we didn't expect these guys to retire, but there are many reasons in its lives. I wish them the best and respect their decisions they made. They were tough decisions. Training camp's not over, and roster building never ends. Yeah, you know what? And I love it. They go and for the starters, 4 of the 5 starters were out there Saturday night for the Jets, and offensive line played really pretty well. Okay. Evidently, I was watching a different game. And evidently, I was there. Row 20. Seat 11 and 13. Excuse me, 11 and 12. I didn't see that. Then he talked about Kyle Rudolph. If he created some confusion with Kyle Rudolph and the foot injury. And then Gettleman contradicted on Tuesday, seeming to say the Giants knew all along that he would need surgery. He said the other day they didn't need surgery. We knew all along, he says today. We didn't get blinded by this. We knew all along. Well, you just contradict. See, this is why people ask questions repeatedly. because he contradicts himself what he said the other day. And I love the question about would Gettleman take Saquon again? And he said, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Stuff happens. Not everything's perfect. And there's guys all over the league who get hurt, big-time players. He's done a great job. Yeah, he's never going to say he regrets taking Barkley. He's never going to say that. He's never going to pass on that. What I found interesting, though, was some of the comments, or one of the comments, would be from Wellington Mara. I miss Wellington Mara. I think that's the problem. John Mara. John Mara was asked basically how he felt, if Gettleman was on the hot seat. And he basically said, we're all on the hot seat here. We all have to win. It's been a long time. And then he kind of backtracks and go, well, Gettleman's not really on the hot seat. He's done a lot of good things. Yeah, I don't think we won a lot of games in the last 3 seasons. This is year 4. I think everyone should. I agree 100%. I think everyone should be on the hot seat. 100%. I agree 100%. This entire team should be on the hot seat. But as an owner, I miss Wellington. I miss Wellington Mara. I miss the honesty at times where just basically say, yeah, we suck. We need to improve. We need to get better. And this is what we need to do. And John's not that way. You almost wish sometimes that Tish took over. And then there's the bad optics of the competition committee where John came out and said, we're getting tired of players taunting. It's getting out of control. It's going crazy. Taunting is the point of emphasis that we're sick and tired of talking about. And I just love some of the responses from the players. Adrian Amos, I blame the damn rap music. You got the Badger basically telling us, hey, okay, we'll just shut up and play. Alvin Kamara had it best when he said it's corny as hell. It's not a good, we're as a giant organization, we are not having wonderful optics at the moment. And optics are a lot in sports. And I know we don't see a lot of it outside the bubble of New York because it just is what it is. Oh, and can people stop taking the Ojulari play, the one play, and breaking it down like he's the next Lawrence Taylor? Please stop. I see it on Twitter. I got to turn fucking Twitter off. See it on Twitter, and people are like, well, he's the next. Look at this play. He went around Beckham. He did this. He did that. Look at that. Look at that. That shows me everything I need to know about him. Oh my God. Relax, people. I've never seen a fan base break down one play and make it out to be the entire guy's career, and that's going to be his career, that one play. Speaking of rookies, Mr. Toney is in a situation. We don't know what the situation is, but Jason Garrett was pressed about it, and he says, he's been going through a lot of situations. It's a situation. What the hell does that mean? I love when everyone was like, oh, yeah, we like Toney because he's a free spirit. He's this. He's a rap guy. He raps. He does this. He's going to breathe life into the locker room. Yeah, they said that about Odell when they traded him. We're going to get to Odell in a minute. He said that about Odell and we traded him away. But Toney can't even get on the field. And now our special teams coach saying he's got to win a job to even be a returner. It's not an excellent way to start your career. I'm nowhere near calling him a bust. Because the fact that if you would have gone by these optics, Odell, who had the hamstring issue his rookie season, who didn't really progress until week 3, it's just the way it is. Sometimes players have bad luck. But I'm not going to sit there and say, he's a bust because of this. But let's get him on the field and let's see what happens first. One of the weirdest comments that I saw yesterday. Yeah, I love it because there's Yahoo Sports. Ojulari breaks down this play. Beckham. How we went around him and he did a swim move and he shedded the guy. Oh my God. It's one freaking play. This is, when the fan base is getting desperate, when they're breaking down a single play and basically define that as a guy's career. But the one thing I did want to talk about that I thought was kind of weird was that I guess Odell and Mara still text each other. That's kind of weird to me. That a former player is still texting the former owner, the owner of the Giants, John Mara, still texts with Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, why? I mean, you basically got rid of this guys. I mean, I think it's a trade that will work out well for both sides, said Mara. Obviously, the players that we added have been big contributors to us. I expect Odell to have a great season. I still have a great relationship with him. I've texted with him. Looking forward to seeing him all next week. That's just weird. You basically dumped a guy because you thought he was a locker room cancer. And as the owner, and you were in that point, you were saying you were tired of his antics, and you still text him? Am I taking crazy pills again? I must be. Because I just know it. It's a Wednesday. I was going to say it's a Monday morning, but it's a Wednesday morning. It's not a Monday morning. It's a Wednesday morning. We might have another video out this afternoon. Who knows? I can't wait to see what goes on in Cleveland. Because once we have those scrimmages, we'll have all the information and data that we'll need on Daniel Jones. I tell you, man, YouTube hurts my head. No, it's not YouTube, it's Twitter. It's Twitter hurts my head because you see these things on Twitter and you're just like, did football IQs drop sharply since I've been gone? You break down one play of a player and define it as his career. I got the owner being made fun of on the competition committee, and you still text your star receiver who said was a locker room cancer, and you traded away. This is bizarro world sometimes, guys. You know what? It'll get better. I lived through this. I lived through the bad years in the 70s, and I have to admit there was some bad times in the 70s, but this is starting to rival that. So let's get a winning season. Let's get that done. Let's get it up and running. And again, this is Tim with the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you subscribe, ring that bell, you think what that means, that'd be awesome.